They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I'm Johnny FM18. This is episode 46 of my Football Manager 2018 Unemployed Challenge. And this lighting is doing wonders for me right now. So if you were to see me in person, I had a rough night last night. So if you were to see me in person, you would notice these amazing dark circles I have under my eyes. Sleep deprivation is my aesthetic. You know, these dark circles are a result of my 24/7 YOLO swag lifestyle. The dark shadows under my eyes are on fleek. The dark shadows under my eyes have me shooketh. Just making an effort to connect to today's youth, trying to get a younger audience involved in Football Manager. So I kind of lied last episode. Also, I don't know if you can see this. Before we get started, I have a scratch on my face. I apparently scratched the heck out of myself last night. Well, I did get a couple hours of sleep. So apparently this was when I was sleeping. I have a scratch that starts here and comes all the way down my face like that. You can't really see it in this lighting, but man, it hurts. I'm not gonna lie. So back to what I was originally getting to. Did lie a little bit last episode. I said I would probably be back with the end of the season, the last match of the season. You can tell by the date that we've kind of surpassed that time. I had the FM bug. I wasn't set up to record. I just wanted to play the game. So I did finish out the season. We finished in 6th place, which is absolutely incredible. Our first season in the Russian Premier League was definitely a success. Not just for the fact that we were nearly promoted and we finished in 6th place, but also I'm going to pop something up on screen right here. This is a look at the salaries from last season. The top team was spending 40 times what we were spending on salaries. I mean, look at that. Look how little money we were spending. Absolutely ridiculous. For us to be going up against squads with this much money, just incredible that we finished as high as we did. Definitely overachieved. Going into this season, the experts have not sort of rewarded us for our season last year. They kind of wrote it off as a fluke. So once again, we are predicted to be the worst team in the Russian first tier. 1,000-to-1 odds to win the league. Odds-on favorites to get demoted. Same story as last year. Primarily because we haven't really changed the squad. This has been one of my slowest off seasons I've ever had. We've just brought in one player. Take a look at him in a second. We're on this screen because I just finished getting a coaching badge, so you could get a look at my updated stats here. In retrospect, when I first started this save, I probably should have just put all of my stat points into adaptability, because that doesn't appear to be increasing at all. I don't think that stat increases. So in retrospect, I probably should have just put all of my stats into adaptability. And it's strange that it's not like moving up, increasing, because look at the places I've coached. I coached in China, I coached in Nigeria, I'm coaching in Russia. Like, I'm pretty adaptable. Those are three very different places. So, a little disappointed that it doesn't seem to be increasing, but it's whatever. I'm still getting international jobs, so it's fine. So let's go ahead and take a look at the one player we did bring in this offseason. Get ready, folks, because we have signed Moussa Sissoko. No, not that Moussa Sissoko. This is Moussa Sissoko from Mali, who I believe in real life is 23 years old right now, but in the save, he's a 28-year-old winger in his prime. I mean, overall, he's a pretty good player. The only thing I would say is that I wish some of his mentals were a bit higher. When you look at like his composure, his concentration, even his determination, we would like to see those a bit higher. But that aside, he has some amazing physical ability. Super fast, super agile. His corners are ridiculous. Crossing, dribbling, all that stuff is good. Super excited to bring this guy in. He has struggled. Again, he's from Mali, and now he's playing in Russia. He's only been with us for a little while, so he has struggled. The only thing about this... Oh, before I give before I get to the bad part. The other good part about this is he's currently valued at $425,000. We only paid $28,000 to bring him in. An absolute steal. When we potentially go on to sell him, we're going to be making a huge profit. So very excited about that. The only bad thing about this whole deal is that like a week before we had discovered this player, I kind of re-signed Artie to a really big deal. His contract was up last season. He's, he's a 3-star player. He's pretty good. He was one of the team leaders. So I was like, okay, I don't want to disrupt the locker room. We'll go ahead and we'll re-sign him. Gave him a huge pay increase. And then a week later, we found somebody who was super affordable and a lot better. So that's going to cause a bit of issue. We are paying a lot of money for what's essentially going to be a backup now. But it's okay. We have the wage room to handle it. And the last bit of housekeeping we have to do is to look at the start of this season. We have played 4 games. It's been a rough start. But look at the teams we played. Orenburg is newly promoted. Like we were expected, we beat them. But then Lokomotiv Moscow, Spartak Moscow, Zenit, 3 very hard games. We did get blown out last game, but I'm hoping for a bounce back here. We're going up against Rubin Kazan today. We need to bounce back and have a good performance out there today, so we are throwing a pretty solid squad at them today. We have Popoka and Ailton up top, Sissoko, Gorshkov, Pileli, Sukov in the midfield, Aja, Kuz, Stanis, Adamov are our back line. Maximenko, of course, is in goal. Maximenko has been starting to attract a lot of attention domestically. So far, we've been able to just reject all the offers, and he hasn't thrown a fit about it yet. But he's only like 24, 25. But if we're still with the club when he approaches his prime, we definitely need to be challenging for European competitions, because otherwise we won't be able to hold on to a player of his caliber. He is already an outstanding goalkeeper. He finished 3rd last year in shutouts. Super good goalkeeper. He's only going to get better. If we're not challenging for some type of trophy or in some sort of higher tournament of some sort, we're going to have a tough time keeping him. But that's still a few years away. We might not even be with the club at that point. But that's just a little note I thought I would throw out there. It's never a good feeling, though, when you have to scroll all the way to the bottom of the table to see where your team's at. We're still not in the relegation zone, but our form has definitely been pretty bad. We are the underdogs in this game. Ailton's going to find Gorshkov. Gorshkov ahead to Ailton. Unfortunately, nobody's going to be able to chase that down. We do concede possession. Rubin Kazan now with the goal kick. They're pushing forward. What a through ball. Oh my goodness. Oh, we lucked out. Was it offside or was it a foul? I'm not sure, but that through ball was absolutely ridiculous. Throw in now for Rubin Kazan. They cross it towards the edge of the box. Defense doing a pretty good job of closing down. That is fine. If they want to take shots from that far out, and if they make it, they deserve to beat us. But that is fine. They can settle for those shots all day, and we will be perfectly happy. Sissoko now with possession. Lots of space. Go ahead. Challenge somebody. Ailton needs to work on his spacing a little bit there. A little too close to Sissoko. Sukov now driving forward. Are we going to get a cross in? Adamov to Pileli. Pileli, that's not your game, bro. That is not your game. Don't be shooting from that far out. Not your game. He's going to look for Sukov. Sukov wins it. Was not expecting that. In space to Popoka. Popoka with a strength. Ailton! Yes! Oh, that was a fantastic effort from Popoka. And Ailton, he needed to finish that, and he did. But I can't. But Popoka. But Popoka there, look at that strength. Muscling the defender off the ball to win possession there. Perfect cross. Ailton with a fantastic run in between 2 defenders there. We go up 1-0 early on here. Originally, this tactic had 1 midfielder, 1 defensive midfielder, but we were having sort of mixed success with it. Oof. Not good defensively there. We just gave them too much space. Getting beat near post there, just not good. Kuz has to do a better job. Let's see what happens here. Aja's forced out. Kuz, he just doesn't see the run coming. Poor communication with our back line. Stannis there has to be telling Kuz where that runner is coming from, back shoulder. The score holds 1-1 at halftime. They're definitely, I would say, dominating the game. They've had a lot more shots than us. Our defense has been a little suspect at times. You can see our defenders do not have good ratings at all. So it's something we're going to have to watch. We may have to make some early substitutions here. I can't help it. I'm a little bit nasally right now. I got them allergies, man. I got them allergies. That's what I'm blaming it on. Some words are just hard to say because my nose is plugged. Oh, yeah. Another simple cross that should have been defended. I'm not sure how we got beat there. Like, our defender was in a good position here. We have him marked. Our fullback's marking him. Adamov, he's just not strong enough, just not big enough. So now that we have to chase the game a little bit, we're only in the 48th minute, but now that we have to chase the game a little bit, we are going to make a couple of tactical changes here. We need to be more offensively minded. So we're pushing up our defensive mids to regular midfielders. And then I'm also going to change up our center back duo because they are not playing well. Our fullbacks aren't playing well either, but we don't have a lot of options at the moment. Yeftiv is out injured, and the youngster that we had brought in, he wanted to go out on loan, and we got an offer for him. Okay, so I feel like our next and last substitution has to be offensive. We made the 2 changes to our back line, but our offense, especially our wingers, man, just having a horrible game. So our options are Chikanchi or Artie. I think we're going to lean on the leadership here of Artie. Okay, so definitely getting more attacking. It can possibly open us up in the back, but I feel like our substitutions there are going to hold strong. Rubin Kazan now, driving forward on the wing. They get the cross in. Crosses have been our nemesis. We have 3 people around the ball. How did we not get that header? This is just so frustrating. That is the second goal where we've had defenders in position. We should not be getting beat on these balls. There's 3 guys there. 3. Like, how do 3 people get out-muscled like that? Popoka now. Can we hit them on the counter? You got help, Popoka. You got help. Look at all the numbers forward. Finds Ailton. Ailton! No! I'm so distraught. My voice cracked. Time is running out here. Maximenko to Artie. Artie to Popoka to Ailton. Get it out wide. To Sukov. To Pileli. To Gorshkov. Gorshkov finds Ailton. Ailton has Popoka in the box. Finds Artie. Artie, yes! Now that is the composure I want from you, Popoka. He could have rushed that shot. It would have been challenged. Instead, picks his head up. I can't even speak anymore. Picks his head up. Finds Artie making this run completely unmarked. And Artie, not known for his scoring, delivers a fantastic strike. Unfortunately, it seems like it's going to be a little bit too little. It's going to be too little too late here as time is winding down. We may be able to get off another chance here, but if we do, it's going to have to be super clinical. Yes, and it looks like there just wasn't enough time on the clock, man. Are you kidding me? I mean, I said if they scored from out there, they deserved it. But really? Really? We have just been struggling so far this season. Just not the start we wanted at all. So not a good day at the office, admittedly. Questions are being asked of me now about why I'm unwilling to experiment with the formation. People are not happy. But we're still not in the relegation zone, so silver linings, right? That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Be sure to like and favorite the video. Subscribe if you're new. I mean, that game didn't really give you incentive to subscribe, but I promise it'll get better. I mean, there's that. Follow me on Twitter at Johnny2017 is the handle for all of the latest updates. And we'll try to do better next time, guys. All right. Peasy, 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 peasy.